All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Q&A leading up to the Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 10, The Next World. The first question for this one, or first response I'm going to give my thoughts on for today's Q&A, is going to be a recent interview with Chandler where he said we're not going to be getting any more of those Glen-type fake-out deaths. Spoiler warning, as usual, if you're not caught up on the Walking Dead television series. So yeah, first one for this one, I'll put the link in the description. This is from Cineblend. This was an interview with, or Cinema Blend, interview with Chandler Riggs, who, of course, plays Carl in The Walking Dead. And this is the quote. It says, there's not going to be another fake out, like you believe a character is dead and then they come back and it's like, just kidding. That's not going to happen again. No way. I do think that there are some big and exciting moments, and they're going to shock a lot of people. So, yeah, man, the finale should be so good. It probably will be really shocking to everybody. Even though we talk about it online, we have our theories, we have our stuff for who's going to be killed off in the finale. It still doesn't matter. Majority of people are still going to be, dumbfounded when they see it, because not many people, are in this kind of community where we talk about this stuff. So that's good to hear that there's going to be some shocking stuff coming up from Chandler Riggs. He's got pictures online of himself with the eye makeup too, by the way, if you're interested. I don't have any of them for you here, but you can browse around on the web and see what you can find. There's some cool ones. So that's good to hear. They're not going to be doing the Glen type thing again, where you think he's dead for sure, and it's shot from a deliberate angle to make the viewer think that he's dead, and then they bring him back. Which is, it was handled really well. I thought it worked out good, and you really got people into it. You had a lot of people arguing, a lot of people thinking like myself that he was dead for sure at first, and then were kind of convinced otherwise afterwards under the dumpster type deal. So it worked out well. I thought it was handled well, maybe even better than a regular just death, because people did feel it. And then afterwards, it was like a trickery, right? So that was pretty good. So they did a good job with that, and but it's the type of deal where you can only really do it once, I think, at least, maybe in a few seasons. If you did it again in like 4 or 5 seasons, then you might be okay to do it one more time. So yeah, there's my thoughts on that. They definitely put a lot of detail into what they're doing right now with the show, even to the point where you had that little car in the background we talked about yesterday, before Daryl kills the Saviors. That is, if that was intentional and not a mistake. People are still arguing on that one what they think, and saying it's obvious as this way or it's obvious as that way. But it's hard to tell, man. I don't even know. There's just no way to know. Hopefully we'll see. Somebody said that it'd be cool to see maybe Negan in there in a flashback, seeing Daryl as he did that. But I don't know if they would go to that extreme to do that. It'd be cool if they would, though. So let's get into a few of your guys' Q&A questions for today. The first one is from Luis Rodriguez, and he says, Trev, were you a little nervous when Glen was in the zombie horde, almost about to be eaten until he gets saved? I don't know, I was. Yeah, man, when you're watching, so this would be for the mid-season premiere now, episode 9. Yeah, I was too. I was pretty nervous when they were all like kind of surrounding him, and he was calling them, and they were coming towards him, and then he had his back against the wall. I was like, oh no, another situation where he's boxed in. Great. That's just what we want. But I didn't think they were going to do it, though, too. Like, in my mind, even though it was really exciting and crazy, I was like, oh, this isn't going to happen, because there was already, like, so many deaths in the episode and everything, and it was so crazy that I just knew, I'm like, there's no way they're going to kill Glen here as well, too. And he's already had his close encounter, so I think now he'll probably be good. Some people still think he'll be the one killed in the finale. And, could be, man. But I think he's going to make it at this point. I'm leaning towards at this point that he's going to be good for at least a while. Maybe they could use him for like a season 10 finale death or something, just to say season 10 is like issue 100, season 10, I don't know. We'll see. Next one's from Carl Grimes, role player. Hey, Trev, I have a question for your Q&A. How long do you think Negan will live in the TV show? Love your videos. So, Negan in the TV show. So, he'll be introduced in the finale of this season, probably, or at least around the finale. And that'll be, so the end of season 6, it's like season 7. And, in the comic book series, well, maybe I shouldn't spoil anything and talk about it, but he's in the comic book series a really long time. And he's still, I guess I can say he's still, he's still kicking. So the TV series they could go a different route with him. Maybe because the thing is if they keep him alive in the TV show, they have to have the actor keep coming back. But I don't know if he'd be that expensive anyway. So they may even have him in the show once he comes in, season 7, season 8 and 9. You got the All Out War stuff, and then afterwards the time skip and that. He may even be in there for maybe 5 seasons or something, or at least probably 3 or 4, unless they kill him off, earlier than in the comic book series when he's actually still there. So, yeah, but it would be weird to pay an actor just to sit in a jail cell. But it seems like Jeffrey D. Morgan loves The Walking Dead so much that he's on board for maybe 5 seasons or maybe more, which would be awesome if they could do that. Because he seems like he's going to be great to me in the TV show. He may even be better than David Morse's Governor. We'll have to see. I do think that in the comic book series, definitely Negan is a way better villain than the Governor was in the comic book series. Because the Governor is just so brutal and cruel and everything and just heartless. He's really hard to like, but Negan has a lot of likable qualities. He's charismatic, he's funny, he's kind of crazy, he's kind of imperfect, and he's scary too. So he's got a lot of really interesting qualities. So I'm excited to see him for many seasons, and I hope that's what we get. I hope we will. Maybe even into season 10 or something, or 11. We'll see. Okay. Next one from Luciana is one that we talked about a while ago. And she says, Trev, what do you think about Rick and Michonne hooking up? I think it is long overdue. Or long due. Okay, so give my thoughts on this one. I've been doing videos about this one for the last two to 3 years. About 3 years ago was probably the first time we talked about it in the Q&A and stuff. And I've done independent videos just on this one. So if you want to hear my full thoughts on it, go to the channel, click on the search tool, and type in Rick and Michonne, maybe relationship to, and you'll find it. It's lots of videos I've done on it. I think it's a good idea. I think it's great. You don't have Andrea in the TV series, but you probably still want to have Rick with somebody who's a long-term survivor. And Michonne is awesome. She's tough as nails. She's killing zombies like crazy. She's saving Carl. She's saving Rick's ass. She's got his back. She's awesome. I mean, great character, man. Great character. You got Deanna ask her, what do you want? This kind of deal. Maybe she wants Rick. I don't know. But I think it'd be a great idea. I always thought they wouldn't do it, but we've been talking about it for a long time, and I think it's a great idea, and I think they should go for it. Why not? Because you have 2 long-term survivors. Maybe you have Michonne leave Rick after a while and not allow herself to be happy or something. That'd be an interesting storyline they could tell, and it's just, the possibilities for that would be great, because she's a long-term survivor too. I don't think they're going to kill her off anytime soon. She's just way too much fun and everything. Great to see. So, I think that'd be great. Great to see it. So we'll see what happens with that, if anything. Hopefully it does. Next one's we'll do a couple more. Superbeedge, and he says, I'm an atheist, and Father Gabriel's speech was my top moment. Totally badass. Short, to the point, and totally effing cool. I really, really hope they keep this guy on. I've seen a lot of comments like this, so I wanted to include it. Yeah, it's definitely, this episode was a great episode for him, and characters like Denise, really turned him around to make him way more likable than he was before. And it's hard not to like him at this point. They've really fixed him in terms of that. Now they just got to fix Morgan. But it's interesting too with Morgan, the Morgan-Carol debate. A lot of people actually take Morgan's side on that one. So me, I'm on Carol's side, even though she's a little extreme sometimes. Maybe she doesn't have to kill as many characters as she does, and can give people a chance and stuff. Like people talk about, the wolf was changing, this kind of deal. I think he's too far gone anyway. But he may help. He may help Denise. But maybe he likes her. But that doesn't mean he's going to be a good guy necessarily, right? They did a great job with him in this episode, and I really liked Father Gabriel's part, and I don't hate him in the TV series so much. I never really liked him in the comic book series. I still don't really like him too much. But in the comic book series, it's actually funny because the same thing is pretty much happening at the same time as is happening in the TV show. So that's kind of different. So that's weird. That's a weird thing you see. But it's years later. That'd be like season 10 or something at this point, or late 9 at least. And then a couple more. Hunter Van Skyok says, the Daryl spotted scene was intentional for sure. Production would be careful on such an important scene. Yeah, that's true, but you never know. People can always make mistakes. However, you are right about one thing. It's probably intentional because they had the explosion, and that's dangerous. You got to make sure that everything is exactly, for an explosion scene like that. I'm pretty sure they use practical effects for that. you got to make sure everything is on point with that. Otherwise, people could get hurt. So you would think that they'd be like top care around that time. So maybe you're right. Maybe it was definitely intentional. So hopefully we'll find out eventually. It seems like it. Next one's from You're Too Easy for Me 81. And here she says, the car is a spotter for the Saviors group. Think about it. The directors, editors had months to spot that scene, and I'm sure that they would have taken it out if it weren't meant to be there. Yeah, that's true. They could have edited it out if it wasn't supposed to be there, unless they didn't notice it or something, right? So even then, it's still tough. And we'll finish it up with this last one. Knife and Blood says, many role players. And people still complain about the comments. The comment section is not bad, guys. It's gotten a lot better. Like I said, for the role players and stuff like that, try to keep it like one message a video, one thing a video. Please don't spam everybody and just, go through and send through a million comments in one video. I asked for that. You guys have responded. You've pretty much done it. So thank you for that. Seen a lot of good discussion, a lot of good things happen in the comments. So that's cool. If you want to role play, that's fine. I got no problem with it. It's fun. A lot of the role players ask great questions, and contribute and do that, and it's great. So I have no issues with that whatsoever. And I think we're having a lot of fun. At least I know I am. It's up to you guys. If you got to choose your perspective there. You got to choose your outlook there. But I think it's great. So just keep doing what you guys are doing. To the people who role play, I don't have any issues. Just keep doing what you're doing. Anyway, that's it for today's Q&A. Keep sending me your guys' questions, and we'll do more probably tomorrow or the next day. Of course, you guys know the usual stuff. You can like it, you can share it, you can favorite it, and if you're new and you want to sub, you can subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this one today. Probably see you guys tomorrow or the next day. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace.